In this video, we'll be seeing the another privilege escalation technique, that is auto runs. So this auto runs programs will run whenever the operating system boots up. So whenever your computer start up, these programs gets automatically executed. Suppose when you restart your computer or power on the computer, you can see the Steam, Discord, Spotify, they always run just after you logged in. So they will automatically pop up like updates, etc. So those are the auto run programs. And you can also see in this bar, you can see the Steam is running. So it has been running since the operating system boots up. So you can check for the auto run executables. So what executables are actually running when the computer is turned on. So you can use this query, reg query hk local machine software Microsoft Windows current version run, and you can also query for run once. So that is another key that will run the executable once. So you can see, just copy this one. So now we are going to query for this. So now you can see my program. You can see there is one program running, program.exe. Now you can check for run once. So there is no key for that. Alright. So you can also check for HKCU, that is for current user. In that case we don't get any, even though if there are any executables for current user, they will run in the context of the current user. So in the HKLM local machine, they will run with the administrative privileges. So that's what we are going to query for this one. I will also show you one tool that is called auto runs from the system internals. So auto runs is the tool name. It also has the command line, that is auto run C. So you can also test the auto runs tool, but this auto run C is the command line. Since that is useful for us, we get normally like a reverse shell. So that's why auto run C is just useful. So you can download that, you will get the zip file like this. So unzip it. So you will get all these executables. So one we are using here is autorunc.exe. So transfer to your Windows box using the PowerShell. You can host this folder using the Python web server, and then you can use the PowerShell to get this. So let's see the syntax of this autorunc. Autorunc. Now let's type some random switch. You will get the help option. Okay, it will ask for accept EULA, and if you scroll up, you can see this is the manual page, auto run C and the options. So -A is for auto start entry point. Alright, so if you put the start, it will search for all the auto start entry points. B for boot execute, C for codecs, and D for app DLLs. And you can see there are so many you can find with this. Particular thing we are interested in this logon startups. So whenever a user has been logged on, the startup scripts are the executables that are going to run. Alright, so you can also output into CSV format. You can just we are going to use the -A L, and we are also going to use this username option. So this will run for our specific user. So we are the user, the username itself is user. So -A L for logon services, and then what I want to do is you can put the user. Now hit enter. Here are the binaries. You can see here RDP clip and user init. So these are like common binaries that will start up on the Windows. So we are going to identify some odd one out, like user defined one or something like that, like a steam.exe or discord.exe, etc. So you can see, you can scroll up and you can find. So what I can do is, this output is so much, I can output it to, let's say, temp.txt. Now hit enter. Okay, now what I can do is, I can output the temp.txt, and then I can grep using the find str. I want only the exe files. So okay, let's hit enter, and you can see now we have run DLL32.exe, and now we need to find the odd one out, right? Run DLL IE4 unit, I think it's Internet Explorer, and now you can see there is a program.exe, so that it can be a odd one, right? So what you can do is copy this one. So copy this path, and now let's run the access check to see whether what access we have. So U for suppress errors, V for verbose, and write. So we are checking for write options. Let's say user on this one, paste here. So we are checking for the user on this binary. Now hit enter, and you can see file all access. So that means I can replace this program.exe with some reverse shell binary. So I have already created the using the MSF Venom. So that's in this folder. So now let's get that using the PowerShell. Now you can see the request here. Okay, so after that you can listen on the port 1234, that is the L port option you have given in the MSF Venom. So right now what we are going to do is, copy this path. So copy this exactly, and then we are going to overwrite it. Copy current reverse 64.exe and paste that program.exe path, and I think it's Y. Now hit enter. So you can see it's automatically copied. Now what we want to do is, we need to admin to login. So whenever the admin logs in, that binary gets executed. Let's assume that we are the administrator, we have the password. So assuming that administrator have logged in, so let's verify. So there is admin user. I think if that does not work, we can try administrator. So you can see we got the connection. In the same case, if administrator have logged in, we get the same one. Okay, so that's all for this video. What we have learned is, there are like 4 special keys here in the registry: run once, and HKCU run once. So after that, if there are more entry points for the auto start executables, we can use the tool called auto run C for the command line.